Hey everybody, I'm a little bit late about this information, but Hiya Toys figures from Godzilla have been delayed for about a year. So here are the following updated release dates. January through March, King Ghidorah 2019 2.0 version. Up next is Godzilla 2014 translucent version. From April to June of 2026 is Godzilla 2000, Godzilla 2001, GMK, Godzilla 2001/GMK Heat Ray versions. We also have King Ghidorah 1991 Battle Damage, otherwise known as the classic version. July through September, we have Godzilla 2002, Mechagodzilla classic version, Mecha King Ghidorah, and then we have Godzilla GMK Heat Ray version. And finally, for Q4 of 2026 is October through December. We have Godzilla 1999. I think they meant to say Godzilla 2000 Heat Ray version. We have Godzilla 2002 Heat Ray version, Godzilla Evolve Heat Ray version, Monster X, Behemoth, Scar King, and Burning Godzilla 1995. I saw this coming. It was very suspicious that we didn't get the GMK or Godzilla 2000, which supposedly it was supposed to come out this month, and we haven't heard anything from some sources. I'm not sure about this. This is extremely confusing. It's like, are you going to release them or not? It's like going back and forth. It's confusing fans. A lot of people are now confused, asking where half of those figures are, and that's the thing about Hiya Toys. At this point, for me, and this is my personal take on this whole situation, it feels like Hiya Toys is trying to saturate the market with as many figures as possible. That way, other companies don't have a chance with them. If you look at other companies, we do see from time to time, maybe 3 months, 4 months, there's a gap between each release, and sometimes it takes maybe a year for them to release a figure. With Hiya Toys, it got to a point where it was month after month after month, or even within the same month of them announcing 2 figures back to back, or even 3 figures, and it was becoming too overwhelming for some people. Now, don't get me wrong, we love when companies announce tons of figures and they actually release them on time. The issue with Hiya Toys is they're becoming unreliable with their release dates, and some figures, they're saturating too much the market, or saturating too much figures to the point where they can't even keep up with their own schedule, and they have to announce delay after delay. Now, don't get me wrong, delays are good because figures become better with them. Not all companies do that. Just because a figure gets delayed does not mean a figure is going to become automatically any better. With Hiya Toys, we see that sometimes. The issue here, and the issue many people have, is they're announcing too many figures and they can't even keep up with their own schedule, and that's why we see delay after delay. And sometimes figures come out with many problems and then they announce an improved version, like we saw with Godzilla Evolve, and that situation got a little bit out of hand because that was supposed to be an improved version from the original. Turns out it's really not. It had some problems with articulation and some things weren't even up to par, and that's why they made the announcement with major improvements. It is pretty much a 2.0 overhaul of that figure with articulation, the paint job, and details and other things that they mentioned. So it is pretty disappointing, and I get that people are not going to be satisfied. And now with this news, a lot, or should I say most of the figures got delayed by a year or less. It just depends. The closest that we have is the King Ghidorah 2019 and the Translucent 2014, which is for next month, quote unquote, next year. And let me know your thoughts. Are you happy with this? Are you mad? Are you frustrated? What do you think is the best solution for Hiya Toys moving forward? And do you think they should continue to announce figure after figure, or should they actually make a realistic announcement and wait until the figure is fully produced, fully finalized with all the perfected versions? Because at this point, I'm assuming those delays also happened because of some major redesigns, like for Mechagodzilla, otherwise known as Super Mechagodzilla, Godzilla 2002, and Godzilla Evolve, and other figures that happened throughout this year. So I'm assuming that push their schedule a little bit more, and that's why some figures got delayed. I think Hiya Toys has to create a new strategy, and I also think that they didn't expect many other figures to be pushed back because of them redesigning so many aspects of their face, the head sculpture, the body, the dorsal plates, engineering the articulation from scratch. Maybe take it a lot slower, analyze every single release, make sure that the figure is up to par with quality control, articulation, and accuracy with details. And maybe open up a private group where you invite content creators to test your early prototypes and make sure that they give feedback, positive criticism to improve those figures, and then announce the figure that is ready to come out. It's finally finalized for everybody to enjoy, but make it private for those who actually get their hands on that specific product. Actually, this does not happen with figures, but this happens with printers. I've been a part of this where we get a special invite through a private email, and on that private email we get sent out special samples. With those samples, we are to test out the printers before they get released. We have to give our feedback, we have to be as honest as possible, test out the printer, make sure that everything is up to par, and if there's any problems we have to report that back to customer support or the person in charge of taking everybody's feedback. This invitation is spread out to special content creators, which I've been a part of. And this can also be with resins, printers, and other products that they launch. And it's very helpful because then when they launch the final product, customers are not going to be dealing with those issues that were found on the early prototypes. And that is a very clever thing that perhaps other companies could adapt in the figure community with other companies here like Hiya Toys, Monster Arts, and maybe X Plus, Omega Beast. It would be nice, but I don't think it would happen. This is a little too risky, and I'm not sure how this would be managed with them. But from this side, telling you guys my experience with printers, it's been a fantastic and really nice experience to have sent out, early prototypes, test them out. And even those early prototypes, they're pretty damn amazing, I gotta say. From what I've tested, I've been thoroughly surprised, and even with other products, and I am very satisfied to see how the final product is 10 times better, 5 times better than the early prototypes. So perhaps Hiya Toys could do something similar where they send out an early prototype, maybe unpainted, just the articulation, the details are there for content creators to test out behind the scenes, send private videos, or have a private meeting with everybody to give their feedback. Or they could even send out a fully painted figure for us to test out. That would be extremely nice, and not only have this extended to content creators, but to people out there who are actually fans of Godzilla, not just because they have numbers or because they have power and a certain environment. So it would be nice for them to actually send it out to content creators that are actually part of this Godzilla community, if that makes any sense. I'm not trying to spread any hate, but that's pretty much my thoughts. I think this is a very great idea, or they could even do it through Discord, through their Facebook group or anything like that. It would be fantastic. Let me know what you think about this idea, but I thought I would share this since we are already applying this with 3D printers, and it's just a very nice thing that's been happening for many years. So I thought I would share this experience with you guys. Let me know what you guys think about it. Make sure to comment your thoughts below. I'll catch you guys next time.